What's going on? It's snowing. There's snow on the ground and it's cold. I'm at Pinchot and I haven't been here since, oh man, last fall when I had the northern lights. The last time I tried to get out here, we had a massive snowstorm the day before, real heavy snow, and I couldn't even get into the state forest. I got my spikes on. I got stuck. It was the road was like one lane, this main road out here, and none of the lots were plowed, and I just never came in. So since then I've been doing a lot of different camps, some state parks and some cabins and hot tenting and all kinds of stuff. But we got a snowstorm today. It's late February, right? It's like the third week of February. So I decided I'm coming out. I come out and camp. I think I'm gonna camp. That's the plan. There is potential for very, very cold wind chills and just cold temperatures. It's like 17 right now. It's gonna stay about there. It might get a little colder, but the wind chills could push it down to like -2, and I'm talking Fahrenheit temperatures, not Celsius. So that's cold. Tighten up these micro spikes. Yeah, so it could get potentially pretty cold, and I'm not here to do anything stupid, so we'll see. I'm not gonna go real far. I'm just gonna go and set up camp. I got the gear to handle it. I'm gonna have some fun. I hope the snow continues. It's snowing really hard when I first pulled in. So, all right, we're gonna see what this adventure brings. And I'm already seeing a lot of down branches and down trees, and then stuff like this. I'm guessing a lot of this happened in that last big snowstorm we had where everything was all wet and I couldn't get in here. So hopefully where I'm going, the trees are okay and I can hang in the hammock, or I'll have to relocate. But not a lot of hiking. Not a lot. This isn't like a big backpacking trip. Just to get out and camp overnight. Nice winter camp. And that's as long as it doesn't get dangerous. So I've bounced out to the forest road. I came in on this side of the Pinchot trail. It kind of squeezes together here. So part of the loop goes that way, it goes way out behind me, and it goes out that way. That top side is always marshy and wet. And it's probably frozen right now, but I'd rather not take that chance, especially with how cold it should be. So I figured to walk out to the road. I'll take this short trip into camp. I think I can go do the one I call Snow Squall. It's over by the swamp. And I like that one in the winter. And then maybe tomorrow when I leave, I'll take a bigger loop back out over Stone Mountain. I guess we'll see how the day goes. But that's the plan right now. Get to camp early. It's like 3 o'clock. I've got plenty of daylight. But I'd rather get set up and have that ready instead of rushing when I get to camp. But I love this. The cold, the snow. It's so nice. Spring's gonna be here soon. I mean, the groundhog said 6 more weeks of winter like 3 weeks ago. We're heading into March. So I think this might be our last really cold snap, and then we should be getting to like 30s and 40s. It might get cold again one more time, like really cold like this. And I'm hoping for one big snowstorm in March, but we'll see. kind of happy. We've had decent snow. This is one of the better snow years we've had in a while. Not massive amounts, but there's been a lot of snow on the ground. Been more of a winter. It's been nice. I know. I'm crazy. Everybody I talk to is like, you're nuts. What are you doing? It's time for spring. I've always looked at it, half of our year is winter. You should find something about it you like, or move. I did that. I did the moving. It was nice having summer all year, or warm weather all year, but I do miss this, or I did when I was down in Florida. I don't know, just don't take it for granted. Love this little swamp. Suddenly my beard's shorter. So it is now a little over a week later after I started this video. And so I got out to camp where I was gonna go and started picking my spot and realized the ground was so frozen that I couldn't get my stakes in the ground for my tarp. I actually broke a few stakes trying to get it in. Without a tarp in that weather, it was just dangerous. So I wound up bailing out. Now it's the following Friday, and I am back out. The snow is a lot mushier. It's been pretty warm most of the week. After that storm, after I cold snap, we had temperatures in the 40s and 50s during the week. So hopefully the ground is soft enough now that I can get my tent stakes in for the tarp. But there's little chance of precipitation tonight. Maybe some rain. So if I can't get my tarp staked really well, I'm not going to be so upset. It's going to be 20 degrees warmer tonight than it was last week when I was out here. And the wind chills got way down below where they said. So it would have been a really cold night without the tarp. So, important lesson to learn there. Sometimes you just bail. I was going to record on the way out, but this isn't a long hike in. So there's really no reason to record. Figured I'll just tell you what happened when I come back. So, I just left the car a couple minutes ago. I'm hiking back over to the campsite I call Snow Squall, where I wound up last week. And I'll set up. I got about an hour of daylight left. And it's gonna probably be an early night hammock. But that's okay. That's why I'm out here, just to camp. But once I get out there and I get set up, I'll bring it back and show you what we got. Ta-da! You can see how much ice is on the ground here. Last week, this whole thing was in like 2 inches of ice with 2 inches of hard packed snow with a layer of ice on top of that and some powdered snow on top of that. There's no way I was gonna get set up last week. So got the red tail up, got my tarp up. I don't know if I'll need a tarp, maybe for wind or if we get some precipitation. Might as well have it up. You never know. No bug net tonight. I've got way more warmth in the quilts than I'm gonna need for tonight, so it's gonna be pretty good. And this is snow squall. We're on the edge of the swamp here, right off of the south loop of the Pinchot trail. Not far from the border, maybe, I don't know, 300 or 400 yards, maybe not even that, maybe 200 yards from the border of the state forest and the state game lands, so the county line. And I've mentioned this before in the site, you can't camp on the other side of the border, but you can camp on this side. And then on this side, on the other side of me, right in here, is a little creek. I'm not gonna filter water tonight because I don't have any food that I need to cook. So I'm not gonna have a fire. Technically, starting tomorrow, no fires. It's February 28th. So I like to camp at least once a month. I'm cutting it close this month, the last night. So, but tomorrow's March, and then March 1st to I think May 25th, there's no fires in the state forests, so I don't need one. But all right, now that I'm here, I'll shoot some video of the creek over here just to let you see what we got. But I think once that sun goes down, not long after that, I'm gonna get in a hammock and go to sleep, because that's why I'm here, to sleep in the woods. So, all right, talk to you in a bit. Well, it's about 11:15 p.m. as you can tell by how dark it is. And I have just been chilling out in a hammock since 6 or 7, I think. Just kind of listening to that little creek, and the breeze blew through the trees, and nodding off here and there, just relaxing. It's been really nice. But it's time to actually go to sleep, so yeah, took 2 days to get to the campsite unintentionally, but here and enjoying it. So I'm gonna go to sleep, and I will see you in the morning. Good morning. The color's not coming through in that video. Excuse me. Kind of coming through over here. So there's a little bit of color in the sky, which had me a little concerned when I got up, because according to the old wives' tale, read in the morning, sailors take warning. So I was able to grab a little bit of weather, and there is rain on its way. So that popped me right up out of the hammock, and I'm breaking down as we speak, as you can see there. Really nice night though. It's pretty warm still. It's above freezing, but it's cold enough that I don't want to get rained on. So I'm gonna break down and head out. and I'll get some video on the way back out, since it does look different than it did when I came in last week. So let me get this broken down and get moving so I can try to avoid that rain. But last night I heard coyotes, I heard owls, a lot of geese. Geese are back in the area, so that's a good sign for spring. So maybe warmer camping is in the near future. So, all right, let me get this stuff broken down and I'll get back on the trail. All right, camp is cleaned up except for a beer can that someone left in the fire pit last time. It's frozen in there, and I'm not going to try to break it out. So next time I'm by this way, if it's still there, I'll grab it. Please don't leave your cans in campsites. Brought it in, take it out. It's later when you're leaving, and it makes you look like an idiot. There's my PSA for the day. So camp's broken down. The sky it was clear when I first started breaking down. It was a little cloud cover here and there, and as I've been breaking down, it's just gotten cloudier and cloudier. So I'm not sure if this creek has a name. I know it's a tributary of Choke Creek, and I believe it comes off of Choke Creek and feeds that swamp. I don't know where it goes after that. It's very cool though. But it is what you have to get across to get into camp. So doing that while it's frozen can be tricky sometimes, especially when it's not completely frozen, but not too bad. There's lots of rocks here to get across on, and there we go. Safely across, and you you're right in another campsite. I've used this one before. I camped here on Christmas one year when the first time I did the full Pinchot trail. It's like 14 miles to there, and I did that in one day. I cruised. I got here early. I got to the trail early and immediately start hiking, and I got here to the camp just as sun was setting, like one of the shortest days of the year. I was cruising. I was exhausted, but yeah, very nice camp. It was nice to not be in a campground, because since I was, where's the last place I camped? Oh, down by Choke Creek when I saw the Northern Lights. That's the last time I've done a primitive camp, and that was in like late November or early December. So it's been a few trips that I've either been in a campsite or a cabin. So very nice to just be out and camping nice and peacefully in the woods. Yeah, I needed that. So yesterday when I came in, I hiked mostly the road and kind of bushwhacked over to the trail when I knew it got close to the road, just because I knew it was running out of time. But this morning, I'm gonna hike back part of the trail all the way around the swamp here. And I know this is a swamp, but it's so cool. I love it. Then there's a spot right here around the corner, and there's the sun finally coming up. That's been up for maybe 20 minutes now, half hour. Here's the third campsite in this little area around the swamp. Camped here a few times. There we go, have a better look at it. Yeah, camped here a few times. It's nice, but it is right on the trail. It gives you a real nice view of that swamp. And depending on what the state of the moon is, sometimes there you get a really good view of the moon over the swamp at night. It's pretty cool. That always makes you nervous with the micro spikes on. Back out to the road, and this is mostly why I'm wearing my micro spikes. It's just ice. Yesterday it wasn't too bad, it was kind of slushy, but with it being colder now, definitely glad I'm wearing them. This is gonna be my life for the next 3/4 of a mile or so. Let's see, I'm at 0.3 miles to get here. See what I am when I get off the road. And right now, it's a beautiful morning. Well, there's some geese, but you can see the clouds. I don't know if you can see them. I can see them moving in. Oh, there they are. They're way out there. I don't know if we got them. That's about 3/4 of a mile. A lot of it was like that, which is nice because it wasn't as slushy today as it was yesterday. And I could just follow the road all the way up. The car's parked right there, but yeah, I'd rather be in the woods than on the road if I could all avoid it. Now this little section of trail here no longer has a sign. It used to. There's a sign right here. It used to say, this is the McClintock's Gate Trail. And it was part of the Pinchot Trail. I think you used to have to come in the road. You walk down the road, then turn in here. And a couple years ago, they rerouted it. I don't know why they took the sign and the blaze off this. It's still a connector trail to McClintock's Gate. But you come down here just a ways. So you can't see from this side, but you can see these ones. So this is where it used to just keep going straight if this was the trail. There's a blaze here now on the rocks, but they rerouted it out here. Excuse me. They rerouted it out here so we go through the woods instead of the road, which is always more enjoyable. I kept waking up last night with a really dry mouth and a dry throat. I had my head out of the quilts, and it's really low humidity last night. So I apologize for constant doing that. Yeah, this is gorgeous forest. One of the things I love about the Pinchot Trail and the Pinchot State Forest, especially the Stornhurst Trail, is the ability to be able to connect different parts of the trail in multiple ways. So you can make whatever length trip you want. I mean, it's going to be like 1.5 miles one way, the way I'm doing this. So a 3-mile trip for an overnight, not too bad. And I planned it that way in the winter, just because you never know what the weather's going to do. And if you need to bail, it's nice to be close enough to do that without being in any danger. You can see where people are starting to go through. Mud season is almost here. Trip on. I got that. I didn't even see that thing. That almost got me. All right, back to the car. About 1.4 miles to get from this parking lot out to that campsite one way, so then that and back. So almost 3 miles. Beautiful trip. It's beautiful right now. I kind of hope that rain misses us, but I'd rather play safe than sorry. There's other places I can go hike if I really want to get out again today or this weekend. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. Sorry for the multi-day setup on this one and the skip of the video last week, but sometimes that happens. So again, hope you enjoyed it. See you next.